A group of scientists and mercenaries explore the jungle in Hunan, hoping to find ore deposits, but instead they find a young savage who has been raised by a giant gorilla. As the expedition's commander, Ma Hongqiang, is pressured by an investor to recoup his costs, he decides to capture the unusual gorilla, despite the protests of his wife and daughter. Reading Chinese promotional materials, devoted to the release of some online movie, is always a fascinating exercise. And the cheaper and obviously weaker the movie itself, the more colorful it is painted by PR people. So, for example, the promotional article about the release of King Kong is Coming Back quotes one of the film's producers, Xi-Yang, who complained that they had to change the original title to avoid accusations of trying to cash in on the success of the Hollywood series Planet of the Apes, the next installment of which was released around the same time. That looks especially funny in combination with the new title and the poster, which directly refers to Hollywood blockbusters about King Kong and promises the fight of the title character with helicopters, which in fact in the movie is totally absent. The same article mentions that King Kong is Coming Back was shown several times at special movie screenings before its release on online platforms, and that their selected audience supposedly unanimously admired what they saw, noting that the local King Kong is much cooler than the Western King Kong. He has the heart of a Chinese, loves children, and always stands up for what's right. We all know the saying that the bigger the lie, the more likely it is to be believed, but in this case we'd love to see how Xi-Yang repeats all these shameless lies, looking you in the eye after you've spent an hour of your life watching the movie. What's wrong with what he says? Pretty much everything, because this is one of the most artless and lowbrow movies that Chinese online cinema has produced in recent years, and there's a good chance that if it weren't for the industry crisis that forced online platforms to turn their attention to low-budget movies, King Kong is Coming Back might not have seen the light of day at all. A one-syllable plot, primitive drama, very weak computer graphics, uninspired action. The creative duo of directors Lu Han and Lu Xin-Da in 2024 made another such lowbrow knockoff, Taoist Priest Yi-Mei Returns, an attempt to parasitize on a cycle of fantasy action films about one-browed Taoist, and which of these films is worse, is not so easy to say. But in this case it doesn't really matter. None of the returns actually worth it, and it's better not to return at all than to do it so defiantly bad.